Hi, my name is Patricia Valdez, and I'm here to discuss with you the controversial Monsanto. And in this presentation, hopefully, you will be more aware, and we will explore how what you eat may actually kill you. So, before you finish that corn, or that diet soda, or that soy latte, definitely take a look at this presentation first. So, who is Monsanto? Well, they are a multinational agricultural biotechnology company located in Missouri. They are the leading producer in genetically engineered seeds and herbicides, and they were established back in 1901 in St. Louis, Missouri. Now, what do they claim to do, or what do they do? Well, they help feed the world's growing population according to them. They plan and hope to double the yields of corn, soybeans, cotton, and spring planet canola by 2030 with their genetically modified seeds. Seeds that they say produce strong, healthy plants that are resistant to disease and withstand tough environmental conditions. But what they didn't tell you was that the reason those plants can uphold and withstand those conditions is because of the chemicals involved. Now, Monsanto goes way back since, of course, 1901, but most recently, or more familiar, dating back to the Vietnam War. Now, during the Vietnam War, Monsanto helped produce the Agent Orange chemical that was spread across the jungle to kill down the crops and the weeds in order to allow more visibility amongst the enemy. So in doing so, that actual chemical has actually claimed lives, is connected to a lot of genetic and health issues related to the Vietnamese as well as the Vietnam veterans involved. Countries such as Peru have actually banned Monsanto, and protests go on. Millions of farmers and millions of people have stood against and stand against Monsanto based on this exact information regarding the chemicals that are used, pesticides that they are putting into your food. So, why the controversy? Well, research has been done most recently with rats. Now, Monsanto has developed a corn, genetically modified corn, that was fed to rats. And as you can see in these pictures, they clearly developed cancer tumors and then eventually death. Now, 50% of the male and 70% of the female rats died prematurely based on this specific research. So, take a look at those pictures and then take a bite of that corn. Corn, anyone? Monsanto released its first direct-to-consumer product, a GM sweet corn containing Bt toxin, as previously shown in the previous slide, designed to protect the plant. Again, their seeds do protect the plant by rupturing the stomach of any insect that feeds on it. I'm going to read that part one more time. Designed to protect the plant by rupturing the stomach of any insect that feeds on it. Monsanto claims the toxin will break down, though, before the corn makes it to your dinner table. So good news there, folks. But rats fed the GM corn showed organ failure, and the toxin has been detected in the bodies of pregnant women. So I guess it's okay if you eat corn that will rupture the stomach of any insect that feeds on it. Perhaps I'll leave that to you. So GMO is short for a genetically modified organism, which involves genetic engineering, manipulating an organism's genetic material, often by inserting genetic material from another organism of a different species. So when you see GMO, that's what they're referring to. Now, farmers themselves have obviously been affected by this. Since the introduction of Bt cotton, which again is manufactured by Monsanto, tens of thousands of farmers have committed suicide. Again, tens of thousands of farmers have committed suicide. 17,000 368 in 2009 alone. Now, why so much suicide? Well, it's because of the increased cost of production, the high interest rates for credit, low cotton prices have created unprecedented levels of debt for the Indian cotton farmers. Basically, this introduction of the genetically modified cottonseed pretty much stripped those farmers of their way of life. They're being replaced by this man-made seed and taking over their lifestyle, which has affected them tremendously. If the suicide numbers are this high. Now, this was back in 2009, so we can only imagine what the number looks like today. Let's take a look at some numbers. Now, in the U.S., 88% of cotton is Monsanto. 86% of corn in the U.S. is Monsanto. 93% of soybeans is Monsanto. Genetically modified crops. Look at those percentages closely. This is in the U.S. Now, Monsanto recently acquired a U.S. fruit and vegetable seed outfit, a move that both Wall Street analysts and environmental activists both actually agree could spell trouble. So when you got those two agreeing on something, it's got to be big. So basically what that is stating is that Monsanto's already got your cotton, your soybeans, your corn. Now they're looking to get into your fruits and vegetables. Now, most recently in March of this year, the U.S. House of Representatives passed a bill that would protect genetically modified seeds from litigation despite the concern for health risk. Again, they passed a law that said, no, we are not going to label these foods so that way people can have a choice. Now, how is this bill passed? Well, the bill was quietly passed under part of H.R. 993, which was the short-term funding bill that was approved to avoid a federal government shutdown. Everybody was concerned about that. They snuck this bill underneath. It was not even fully reviewed when this was passed. Now, keep in mind, after reading that there, let's keep in mind that in the state of California, opponents are fighting to pass Proposition 37, which would require GMO foods to be labeled. Now, listen to this number. Monsanto opposes that, of course, and they have already spent $4.2 million lobbying against this specific proposition, this specific Monsanto Protection Act. They have spent tons of money to fight that. Now, so basically, what we're trying to ask is for you to be aware. I ask you to be aware. Many brands sell Monsanto products. No, you should know the facts. You should have the opportunity to take a list at those products, and you can look for them on www.nongmoproject.org to look for non-GMO products. Understand the risks, inform others. Millions have protested Monsanto while the politicians rake in the profits. You are likely consuming GMO foods currently, and only you can change that. So the big question here after listening to this presentation is GMO or organic? Do you want GMO foods or do you want naturally organic foods with no pesticides, no chemicals in them? That, my friends, is up to you to decide, but you should have the opportunity to make that choice, and you should be able to identify these foods without having to go to a specific website to do so. But the main goal of this presentation is that you understand, learn the facts, and make a decision that's best for you and your family. Thank you.